My name is Pastor T.D. Hughes. I'm the senior pastor at Third Baptist Church of Chicago, located on 95th and National, Chicago South Side. So the food pantry is fully volunteer. So we are proud of the fact that the pantry has been in operation over 10 years now. With that being said, it takes multiple volunteers and multiple days to do the work.
I'm LaDonna Robinson. I'm the director of the Third Baptist Church of Chicago Food Pantry. There are 3 parts to the food pantry. 1, we have a group that goes down to the Greater Chicago Food Depository who work for labor credits, and with those credits, that's how we purchase the food that we're able to distribute to our clients every week. The second part is on Friday when the volunteers come in and they bag the produce, the vegetables, the fruits, and we put the canned goods and everything else out on Friday. So we're here a lot longer than because we have our guys that have to go and unload the truck, bring the produce out in the front for the ladies to bag, and then take the other items into the pantry, the cooler, and the freezer. And then on Saturday, we bring out the remaining items that are in the cooler and in the freezer that could not be set out the day before. And we're on the schedule time that we're not to bring out the frozen food and items until like 9:15. We let our clients in at 9:45, and then we start serving them at 10 o'clock, from 10 to 12. Those are our hours of operation. We give a basic of 80 to 100 bags a week. I have 45 volunteers. It's quite a sacrifice because we're one of the ministries that work every Friday and Saturday. And some of the volunteers, they have personal issues going on. One of our members, her husband, she has to get someone to stay with her husband while she comes and volunteers. There are people who are, they don't drive, so they take the bus, or they try to catch a ride with someone. So that they're sacrificing their time to get here to help someone else, and that's the basis of the food pantry. And we really appreciate it. And some Saturdays we have a lot of volunteers, and some Saturdays we don't.
I've been coming to the food pantry for about 8 years. And the real reason I started coming was because my son did not live in this area, and I started coming to get food to help him out. Now what I do is when I pick up food at the food pantry, I take it home, and I usually distribute part with my neighbors, share with them. One thing about the food pantry is a lot of times you don't know what you want to have to eat. But when I come to the food pantry, I find out what I want to eat because they have it here for me.
So many of our senior citizens and elders who are trying to provide for themselves, and they don't have enough money to support their full need. They always talk about the employed versus the unemployed. What doesn't get talked about is where the pantry lies, is the underemployed. Meaning there are people who do have a job, who are working, but maybe don't have enough to support their full need with a growing economy. One of the memories that comes to mind as we have served in the community with the pantry, there was a day where we were together at the church having an event, and a young kid, I believe couldn't have been no more than maybe 10 years old. He knocked on the door and asked if we had food, and we didn't have any food because the pantry doesn't have hot food or prepared food. It serves grocery style food, and so we sort of did what we could to be able to give him something. But then I thought about that a little bit more in depthly about why maybe he was at our door asking for food. Well, it appeared to me that it was in the summer months and school was out. I thought maybe the reason he's asking for supported food because school is out, and some kids in our community are leveraging school to be able to eat properly because they don't have enough food to eat at home, or that they have a lack of support of food at home. And I thought to myself, we need to be able to answer that call as well. Because how many children, how many young children are walking around when school is out in the summer months without good food to eat? And it's absolutely amazing to me that this country, this such profoundly rich country, this prosperous country doesn't have enough to feed young people, or people period. Not just young people, but people period. So in needing to renovate the space, we have a industrial kitchen in our plaza. Needs a little love and care and some support and resources to sort of ramp up to be able to support the meals during the week. But again, we have the space. We need the opportunity to have the resources. There are individuals who need help who can't get to us, who cannot come stand in line, who can't sit or stand or walk to be able to get what they need. And so the church needs to be also a place where we come to where they are. That's the way Jesus did it. The vision of the pantry can be threefold. It can be meals during the week, it can be delivery service by way of food truck or delivery, and Saturday, our continued prepared food pantry. Well, the food pantry is doing great things and has a great future. We thank God for Dr. Ragland, his inspiration to initiate the pantry. Now we want to go further. We want to do more. And so to be able to support the community with hot food during the week and a food service delivery, I'm asking individuals who the Lord have blessed with multiple resources to be able to help us in this need. We need funds and we need resources. We need opportunity. We need volunteers. We need a whole list of support. But if we can get all of this support, we can do so much more. At the end of the day, I remember that what comes to mind is the scripture about Jesus Christ saying to his disciples, "Blessed are you for coming to visit me when I was in prison, for providing shelter when I was homeless, and for giving me food when I had nothing to eat." The disciples responded out of confusion, when were you in prison, and when did you not have food, and when were you in a shelter? And Jesus responded to them, "For as often as you have done it for them, you've done it for me." That's what the church is trying to do. We're trying to do the Lord's work with God's people who are in need. Now, if you care about that, and if it is your heart desire to help, here's a place where your seeds can flourish with great excellence in the house called Third Baptist Church of Chicago, answering a great need on Chicago's South Side. Won't you help us to do it?